Well, hello everybody. Today I am checking my trail camera, which is right over there on that big apple tree. So I've got that large apple tree there, and I wanted to show you guys because one of you wanted to see the apple trees that we have up here. In our orchard by the house, we just have 2 apple trees and a pear tree, but we have several that Dad planted up here that we water in the summer. So we've got one big one there and one big one down there you can't see, a small one there, and then these other kind of trees I don't know the name of that he planted. And we've got a small one here and a small one over there, a small one there, there. And there's 2 small ones on the other side we'll go look at. But you see this hole right here? I did a couple videos about this old foundation for an old house that was built in the teens about a year ago. So there's several videos about that. But I'm going to check the trail camera and pick some apples to make some applesauce. Okay, we're right here by this little tree, and see that hole dug under there? I'm pretty sure a coyote did that to get under there and get to those apples, because the deer love this spot and don't really see any apples laying around outside the fences. But those skinny holes like that are probably from coyotes. So last summer I did a hole right here because I found some broken glass here, and I actually dug down a couple feet, and the only thing I found whole was 3 cold cream jars. But I found all this glass from the teens, and that's why I dug it up, because my metal detector found that. And then this is kind of cool. I found that and all those pieces to this lid. But that was fun digging. I could have dug more, but these tree roots are terrible. Plus, the guy didn't live here that long before they moved the house up the road. This house was just here a few years before the guy died. It was the owner's son he built a house for. It's kind of a sad story. So this little tree seems to have some really nice apples. Look at that one. And they taste good too. But Dad planted all these trees as part of a conservation program, and some bushes also. He gets paid for that, and we just have to water and take care of them, which we have to have these fences, or the deer will just kill them all. And it looks like a coyote may have dug under here too. Look at this. Right over there. Dug all the way under there. Coyotes love apples too. That's the other big tree. These are some of the other trees here. And there's some cows that like to tear up the place. So they don't get to come in here anymore. I do some weed eating around the edges, and Dad mows this large area in the middle. And this is where I got a bunch of ticks earlier this summer. It was disgusting. Well, it's a new day, and I just came up here to change the trail cam. I put it on this side of the tree this time because I wanted to see if I could catch a coyote going in there. The dirt doesn't look disturbed since it rained yesterday, so I don't know if I'll see one. But there's tons of apples on this tree. It's probably about 20 years old, or 15 to 20. Dad planted this. And I notice on the other side, there's a couple of branches that are broken from all the apples at the top. And I just tasted one, and it tastes delicious. Oh, check out that little kind of ditch thing right there. These rocks have been here my entire life, and I was wondering why they're here. Guess they could be natural, or perhaps they removed these rocks from the house site right there, because there's no rocks in that except for the concrete foundation. And I'd like to take the metal detector down there sometime. I haven't yet. I did find a little tobacco tin on the other side when I was weed eating this summer, but don't want to show you that right now because my knee is tweaked. So that's all for right now. I'm going to go check another tree for some apples. Well, the apple is delicious. It's not quite at its peak ripeness yet, but I don't think there's any worms in this apple. So some apples have worms, some don't. I made some applesauce last week, and well, before I tweaked my knee, and it tasted good, but it's kind of I don't know, it's kind of thick. I don't know if that makes any sense, but they taste good. Here's some history about the ranch. The first settler came in about 1878 and was here until 1883 when he and his partner sold out to two other guys. Then the one partner bought out the other partner and lived here and built it up for 40 years before he sold out his ranch. My great-granddad bought this part of the ranch in 1923. Well, back in the teens, the former owner built a house for his son, which is the place I showed you, and tragically he passed away in the teens just a few years later. The house, a mile up the road, burned shortly after that, so they moved the house the owner built for his son up there, and it still sits there today. Our neighbors live in it. So my family has had this ranch for a little over 100 years. And before 1878, I don't know if anybody else was here except the Native Americans, because we do find some of what they left behind. It really goes to show us that each one of us only has a short time on this earth. He had 40 years of greatness and built up this ranch before he retired.